afternoon. In the previous session, we have discussed about the testing the overall significance of the sample regression and the F test for the variables. Next, the ANOVA table for 3 variable regression. For that, F test, then the decision rule. Apart from that, the interpretation of the F distribution, the results of the F distribution or F test, also relation between R squared and F and its decision rule and ANOVA table for that. Let us go further today. Multi-collinearity. Multi-collinearity. Collinear means associated. Multi, they are associated, more than one. So in the sense, I can give an example, idea of that. See, suppose consider the example of the crop yield versus its dependence. Crop yield depends on so many factors. However, the known factors we can just say that maybe rainfall, fertile soil, seed quality, and fertilizer applied fertilizer, and inclination, etc. etc. So many factors may be there. These are the major factors. So in this, in the previous cases, we have considered that there is no relation. In the sense, there is no relation to, you see in the crop yield example, y is crop yield, y equal to beta 1 is the constant term or intercept term plus beta 2 x1 beta 3 x2 beta 4 x3 plus ui. Like this you have considered. If the x2 and x3 x4 they are the independent variables and y is the dependent variable, y is the crop yield. So x2 x3 x4 are the rainfall, fertilizer and seed quality or fertile soil fertility and fertilizer is different, don't confuse with this. See, clearly we know that the fertilizer applied and this rainfall, there is no difference at all. So in the sense, the difference in the sense, there is no correlation at all. More rainfall, more manure applied or more fertilizer applied, there is no relation at all. Also, fertilizer used and fertile soil and rainfall is also, there is no much correlation. Maybe little or much, there is no much correlation. Suppose if they are correlated, what happens? If rainfall, fertilizer used and fertile soil fertility, if they are correlated each other, what happens? If this happened, it is very difficult to, or it is indeterminate, the coefficients, the relation between the dependent variable, that is y. This is the concept of multicollinearity. I think it is clear. See, multicollinearity is a statistical phenomenon in which there exists a perfect or exact relationship between the predictor variables. When there is a perfect or exact relationship between the predictor variables, in the, as I said, x2 x3 or x4 x3 x4 like that, it is difficult to come with the reliable estimates. Very difficult to estimate. If x3, x2, x3 are correlated, then it is very difficult to come up with the reliable estimates of their individual coefficients. So nature of the collinearity, how it is. Multicollinearity, originally it is meant the existence of a perfect or exact linear relationship among the sum or all explanatory variables of regression of a regression model. For k variable regression, say involving explanatory variables, they are the k explanatory variables, means they are independent variables, where x1 equal to 1 for all observations to allow the intercept term. An exact linear relationship is said to exist. The following condition is satisfied, that is lambda 1 x1 plus lambda x2 plus lambda x3 that equal to 0, where lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, etc., lambda k are the constants such that not all of them 0 simultaneously. Today, however, the term multicollinearity is used to include the case where x variables are intercorrelated. So what happens? Intercorrelated, but not perfectly. So as follows, say. In the sense, see, the error term is there, or stochastic term is there. Lambda x1 plus lambda x2 plus lambda 3 xk plus mu I equal to 0. So this mu I is the extra term. Let us see one example, it will be clear. So the equation 1 and 2, what is the difference here? Here in equation 1 there is no stochastic term, but here there is a stochastic term. In the sense, some error is there. Let us see the numerical example that will be clear then. See, as example here, consider the following hypothetical data: x2, x3 and x star 3. See, x2 is 10, 15, 18, 24, 30, and the x3 is 50, 75, 90, 120, 150, and x3 is 52, 75, 97, 120, 152. Can you see any relation between these two series, these three series? Any relation? Can you see that? Check that. Can you see the relation between at least x2 and x3? There is a relation. See, there is a perfect correlation, r equal to 1, because so the series x3 is obtained by multiplying the values of the series x2 by 5. You get the series x3. See that 10 into 5 50, 15 into 5 75, 18 into 5 90, etc. 24 into 5 is 120, 30 into 5 is 150. So there is an exact relationship. The correlation is equal to 1. But x3, see the x3? x3 is also a correlation is there, of course, but x3 is obtained, x3 star is obtained by adding sum to the x3 values. See that? See, it is important. First is it is operator x3 equal to 5x5. Therefore, it is perfect collinearity between the x2 x3. Now, see the coefficient correlation is unity. Now, variable x3 star was created from x3 by simply adding it to it the following numbers which were taken from the table of random numbers. See, x star 3 is 50 plus 2, 52, 75 plus 0 is 75, 90 plus 7, 97, 120 plus 9, 129, 150 plus 2, 152. So these figures 20792, if you add to the series of respective values of the series x3, we get the series x star 3. So this is, there is no longer perfect collinearity between x2 and x star 3, because x3 star equal to x3 I values of x3 plus some error term, stochastic term, that is 5x2 plus nu I. The same. The equation 1 and 2 in the previous example, equation 1 and 2, there was in equation number there was no stochastic term, but in equation 2 it was there. Similarly, this x3 and x star 3. However, the two variables are highly correlated because correlations will show the coefficient correlation between the 0.99. So, in the preceding algebraic approach, multicollinearity can be, so in the previous example, it actually explains the multicollinearity. The preceding algebraic approach to the multicollinearity we portrayed in the figure. Following figure, you can see to be more clear. What is there? It is explained that it is saying that, see, in this figure the circles y, x2 and x3 represent respectively the variation in the dependent variable, and x2 x3 are the explanatory variables or independent variables. So the degree of the collinearity can be measured by the extent of overlap. So overlap between y and the y is the dependent variable, x2 and x3 are the independent variables. So the overlap on this, that represents the following figure. In the extreme condition, x2 and x3 were overlap completely, that is inside all, or you can see vice versa. So collinearity will be perfect. You can see the picture here. See, in the first figure, so there is no collinearity because, see, there is no this common collinearity is there. See, all are different, so there is no correlation. In the second figure B, see, y, x2 and x3, there is a small overlap is there. There is no overlap here in this figure. Mutual overlap of y and x2 x3 is other factors. Y is in a dependent variable and other two x2 and x3 are the independent variable. So the overlap represents the collinearity. Here is increase, so little collinearity is there. Then next figure, so little more. So moderate collinearity is there. Then high collinearity is there, little more in this figure, and this is the very high collinearity. More shading part is overlap. So this is the baseline law of the multicollinearity. This is the idea of collinearity. Next is, in passing, note that multicollinearity as we have defined it refers only to the linear relationship among the x variables. It does not rule out the non-linear. It does not rule out the non-linear relationship among them. For example, consider the following regression model. So this y equal to beta 0 plus beta 1 x1 plus beta 2 x2 square plus beta 3 x3 square, etc. So where y equal to total cost of the production and x equal to output, the variables x squared are output squared values, and x3 the output cubed values are obviously functionally related to x, but the relationship is non-linear because it is a quadratic term. Linear means of degree 1, power 1. So these are the following conditions as I see. What is the reason for there is a no collinearity in the classical linear regression model? They may be asked in the MCQ question. So the reason is like this: if multicollinearity is perfect, then the regression coefficients of the x variables are indeterminate, and the indeterminate cannot be determined, and their standard errors are very high or infinite. If the multicollinearity is less than perfect, say, the regression coefficients, although determinate, you can determine, even though it is determinate, the possesses large standard errors, because it means that more variation in this. So which means that coefficient cannot be estimated with the great precision or accuracy. So there are several sources of multicollinearity. What are the reasons for the multicollinearity? This is also possible for the MCQ questions. The data collection method employed, there is a multicollinearity, and constraints on the model on the population being sampled. For example, the regressor of electricity consumption or income x and house size x. High x always means high x means high x. high x always mean high x. So model specification, for example, adding polynomial terms to a regression model, especially when the range of x variable is small. Next is overdetermined model. This happens when the model has no explanatory variables. Then the number of observations. So that is also these are the reasons for multi-collinearity. So next, how to detect the multicollinearity? Examination of the correlation matrix. The first method. In this, large correlation coefficients in the correlation matrix are of the predictor variables indicate multicollinearity. In the sense, the correlation between explanatory variables means x2, x3, x4, etc. Among these, there is a collinearity, or the correlation coefficient is very high correlation coefficient value, then we say that it indicates that there is multicollinearity. If there is a multicollinearity between any two predictor variables, then the correlation coefficient between these two variables will be unity. So this is what about the multicollinearity. Tomorrow let us take up some more on this, and that completes multicollinearity. Then two sections are heteroscedasticity and autocorrelation. Two sections are there, that completes the unit 2. So that is the big, actually this is a very big chapter, and roughly 40 marks on this, around 40 marks on these chapters, on the second two, chapter number 2, roughly 40 marks will be occurred. So thank you, let us see in the next session. Thank you.